everyone, how are you? So I just finished doing a couple of videos about the Faber-Castell Super Soft pencil set and the Faber-Castell Goldfaber pencil set. And I thought I was done there, but as fate would have it, I think I have more to do. And that's because I was putting the pencils away in this um, coloring, what do you call this? Coloring bag here. And here I have the Goldfaber pencils, and then I have the super soft pencils, and then I have a third set of pencils in the bag. The third set of pencils that I have are a small set I bought about a year ago. I don't even know why I bought them. Somebody was talking about them, and they were such a great deal. It was like 50 pencils for $9, and they'd heard good things about them. So I said, all right, for $9, why not? Let's try them out. So they're called the Colorchief pencils. Colorchief, you can see there on the box. Yeah, so I bought them, and I have them in the last couple of, so right here to here is the Colorchief. So this is Colorchief. This is super soft, and this is over here is the Goldfaber. So can you see why I think there might be an issue here? These are the only pencils I have that look like this. And they look potentially white labeled. I thought, oh no, did I fall for the white labeling? So now I have to test and see. Now I've already tested the Goldfaber versus the Super Soft, and they are different. I can tell they do feel different. They are different. The wood is different. It's a light wood on the Goldfaber, a lighter color wood, and then on the Super Soft, they're black wood pencils, like the Black Widow pencils. But then when we get to the Colorchief, we're back to the lighter wood. So if there is white labeling, I believe it would be comparing the Colorchief to the Goldfaber. So I'm going to just pick a few pencils, and I'm going to be comparing. I'm going to skip on the Super Soft because from my last video, I can see the Super Soft is different from Goldfaber for sure. Now I want to compare the Goldfaber, which look very similar to the Colorchief, and see if they are different pencils with different cores, or if we're looking at a white label situation. So I pulled out a couple of pencils here, one for the Goldfaber on the top here and the Colorchief on the bottom. Lettering is different. The Colorchief is in a shiny font here, while the Goldfaber is white and easier to read. But the Colorchief pencils have names on them, whereas the Faber-Castell only has a number. So this is ruby red for the Colorchief, and for Goldfaber, this is, I think, carmine red. I don't have a swatch of the Colorchiefs. I didn't take a swatch of them. So for Goldfaber, yeah, this is permanent carmine, it's called. But these are very close, very similar shades of red. The wood does also look different. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you can see the Goldfaber on the right now. This is the Goldfaber. This is the Colorchief. It is a different wood. I don't know the names of these woods that they use, but it is very different. I don't know if I have too much light on here. I don't know, it makes it easier. And also on the tips, although the tips do look very similar. Maybe I need more light. Yeah, okay. The tips do look similar, but one is just a little bit longer than the other, and the Goldfaber has a little stripe, a little dark gray stripe at the bottom of the tip. They're both closed tips, but the very end, there's a little stripe going around that the Colorchief does not have. So there are definite differences in the wood, in the color of the wood. They're slightly different there. You can see it's a little lighter than the Colorchief. So we're seeing differences already, and also with the core size, the Goldfaber is a thicker core, slightly thicker than the Colorchief. The Colorchief comes in a 50 count set for $9, while the Faber Gold, or Goldfaber, I should say, Goldfaber is a set of 48 for about Right now, I think it's about $35. So a big price difference. So that's why it's so shocking to see them looking exactly the same, and also that the $9 set has the names on it. Well, the Goldfaber doesn't. But the Goldfaber does appear to be a slightly larger pencil. You can see here that's a larger, it's all around. It's a bigger sized pencil. So the core is larger, and it does feel a little bit heavier. You can feel the slight weight difference there. So we're looking at some differences here for sure. Now, the Goldfaber says made in Germany, and the Colorchief doesn't say on the pencil where it's made, but I assume it's made in China. I just assume they're both made in China, but we'll wait and see because they do funny things with the made in here and made in there. Like they make most of it in one place, and then maybe they put the label on in another place and they say it's made there. So I know there could be something like that going on. I don't know. But they do look very similar in general. That I had to stop and make a video to compare them. All right, so I'm going to get started with these two pencils. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go from light to medium to darkest pressure. And I'm going to start with the Goldfaber. So this is very light pressure. Now I did this with the Super Soft, and the Super Soft came out noticeably darker, more pigmented, and felt more smoother. So let's see if I notice that here with these pencils. So again, the Goldfaber, I'm doing medium pressure. And then at the very end, I'm going to put very heavy pressure down. Let's see how dark I can get it. Beautifully pigmented pencil. It's rather smooth, just slightly less smoother than the Super Soft, but these are very smooth pencils in general compared to like others. So this is the Goldfaber here. Mind my messy handwriting there. So now I'm going to be using the Colorchief pencils and doing the same type of pressure. This is like a slightly lighter red color, or a slightly more orangey red, I should say. And then heavy pressure. Okay, so that is the Colorchief. It's comparable, but I do think the Goldfaber is more pigmented, slightly more pigmented there. I think this is the most I could get from pressing hard, and I definitely, it looks to me like there's more pigment on the Goldfaber. Well, let's test out a couple more pencils before I make a final decision on that. So now I chose a light blue in both pencils. So the top pencil is the Goldfaber, and the bottom pencil is the Colorchief. And I don't know if I can get these to just stay there, but you can see the differences there. So I'm going to start again with the Goldfaber here. I'm going to make it light to medium. And very dark. Heavy pressure. Okay, so that's the light blue with the Goldfaber. It's going to keep. And then we'll do the Colorchief, light blue. Same thing. And medium pressure. And then heavy pressure. I have to say the Colorchief is performing very well, especially considering the price. So in this part, I'm doing a voiceover because the audio didn't work. But I just tested the pencils again, this time using a yellow color. So all in all, I found that the Colorchief is more scratchier and had a bit more filler than the Goldfaber. So I'm happy with knowing that they're not the same exact core. And also, I could not find any exact matches with the colors either. So there are different colors, slightly different shades and whatnot. I could not find a perfect match for the colors. So that tells me this is not a white label. It's not from the same set being relabeled. They are different pencils. and they do have different cores. And the Goldfaber is slightly better than the Colorchief, but the Colorchief, considering the price, is a very, very good deal, uh, and gave Goldfaber a run for the money. I mean, I think you could do a very good job with the Colorchief, but the Goldfaber is a better pencil overall. So there you have it, not white labeled. Thank you. I hope you found this interesting. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.